So next I am going to show you some more questions in the Newton's laws of motion. Earlier I have discussed the assignment in Newton's laws. I have shown you questions numbering from 1 to 32 in the assignment in Newton's laws. So now I am going to show you the continuation for the assignment in Newton's laws. That means I am going to show you some more questions in the assignment in Newton's laws of motion. So these questions number from 33 to 48. So in this class I will not be discussing the solutions of these questions. So I will be showing you the questions one by one from 33 to 48. So after I have shown you each question, you can start trying to do it yourself. In case you need more time to try the problem, you can take a pause and try the problem. Okay, in the last I tell you the answers also. So I will be discussing the solutions of these questions in my next class. Come on, look at the question number 33. The pulleys and strings shown in figure are smooth and of negligible mass. For system to be in equilibrium, the angle theta should be. You can see the 4 options there. First option 0 degrees, second option 30 degrees, third option 45 degrees, 60 degrees. Come on, try the problem. This question was originally given in 2001 IIT JEE in screening test exam, not the main exam, preliminary test. So block A has mass m here, block B also has same mass m, but block C has mass equal to m into root 2. Come on, try the question. So in case you need more time to answer the question, you can take a pause and take your own time to try the question. I am going to show you the next question. See the question number 34. What is the tension T2 in the system in equilibrium shown in figure? You can observe that there are 3 masses, 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg connected by inextensible strings. The first string is hanging from ceiling. You have to assume that all the masses are in equilibrium. You have to find magnitude of tension T2. Come on, try this question. This question was also given one of the previous entrance examination in the medical entrance. So in case you need more time to answer the question, you can take a pause and take your time. Next I am going to show you the next question. See the question number 35. The magnitude of the force in Newton acting on a body varies with time t as shown in figure. AB, BC and CD are straight line segments. The magnitude of the total impulse of the force on the body from t equal 4 microseconds to and t equal 16 microseconds is. So I have shown 4 options on the screen. This question was also given one of the previous IIT JEE entrance examinations. You assume the point D lies on x-axis. In the graph, this point D lies on x-axis. The x-coordinate for the point D is 16 microseconds. You are given 4 options here. Come on, try the question. In case you need more time to answer this question, you can take a pause and take your time. I'm going to show you the next question on screen. See the question number 36. Block of mass 4 kg suspended through two light spring balances A and B. Then A and B will read respectively. You are given 4 options. First option 4 kg, 0 kg. Second option 0 kg, 4 kg. Third option 4 kg, 4 kg. Fourth option 2 kg, 2 kg. This question was again one of the previous All India Institute of Medical Sciences entrance examination. Similar question was also given one of the previous MSET examinations in medical entrance in Andhra Pradesh. Come on, try to answer your question. So in case you need more time to answer the question, you can take a pause and take your time. I'm going to show you the next question on screen. See the question number 37. The figure, if the surfaces are frictionless, the ratio of tensions T1 and T2 is. Come on, try the question. So in case you need more time to answer the question, you can take a pause and take your time. I'm going to show the next question on the screen. See the question number 38. A player caught a cricket ball of mass 150 grams, moving at the rate of 20 meters per second. The catching process is completed in 0.1 seconds. The force of blow exerted by the ball on the hand of the player is equal to. Come on, try this question. This question was given one of the previous AIEEE entrance examination in 2006. Come on, try the question. So in case you need more time to answer the question, you can take a pause and take your time. I'm going to show the next question on screen. See the question number 39. 3 forces start acting simultaneously in a particle moving with velocity v bar. These forces are represented in magnitude and direction by 3 sides of a triangle ABC as shown. The particle will now move with velocity. I have shown you 4 options on screen. Come on. Try this question. So in case you need more time to answer the question, you can take a pause. I'm going to show the next question on the screen. See the question number 40. One end of a massless rope which passes over a massless and frictionless pulley P is tied to a hook C, while the other end is free. Maximum tension that the rope can bear is 720 newtons. What value of maximum safe acceleration can a man of 60 kg, climb on the roof. Come on, try to. This question. You take g as 10 meter per second square to answer this question. So in case you need more time to answer the question, take a pause and take your time. I'm going to show the next question on the screen. See the question number 41. A string of negligible mass going over a clamped pulley of mass small m. Suppose a block of mass capital M as shown in the figure. The force on the pulley by the clamp is given by. Come on. Try this question. First option mg into root 2. Second option, capital M into small g into root 2. Third option, small m into small g into root 2. Third option, under root of capital M plus small m whole square plus small m square into g. This g is outside the root symbol. The third and fourth option, small g, is outside the square root symbol. Come on, try this question. Here, capital M is the mass of this block, small m is the mass of the pulley. This question was given one of the previous IIT JEE exam in screening test. So in case you need more time to answer the question, you can take a pause and take your own time. I'm going to show you the next question on the screen. See the question number 42. Two masses each equal to small m are lying on the x-axis at minus a comma 0 and a comma 0 respectively as shown in the figure on a smooth horizontal surface. They are connected by a light string. A force capital F is applied at the origin along y-axis. As a result, the masses move towards each other. The instantaneous position of the masses is minus x comma 0 comma x comma 0. What is the acceleration of each mass? Here this represents the direction of the force in the middle. It acts along y-axis, but here x-axis xy plane is in the horizontal plane. The force you have to assume that applied in the horizontal parallel to the xy plane along in parallel to the horizontal surface on which the force is applied in the horizontal plane. Come on, try this question. This question was also given in one of the previous IIT entrance examinations. So in case you need more time to answer this question, you can take a pause and take your time. So I am going to show you the next question on the screen. See the question number 43. Two blocks A and B of masses 2m and m respectively are connected by a massless and inextensible string. The whole system is supported by a massless spring as shown in the figure. The magnet of acceleration of A and B immediately after the string is cut or respectively. There are 4 options here shown. In each option, the first one represents the magnet of acceleration of A and second one represents the magnet of acceleration of B, like that. Just after string is cut. Come on, try this question. This question was also given one of the previous IIT entrance examinations. So in case you need more time to answer the question, you can take a pause and take your time. I'm going to show the next question on screen. See the question number 44. A and B are 2 nails on a horizontal line. AC, BC are 2 uniform light strings from which weight of 100 Newton is suspended. The magnet of tension of the string AC is in Newton. Come on, try the question. So in the figure, you can observe length of the string AC 3 centimeters and length of string BC is 4 centimeters. And the 2 strings AC and BC are perpendicular. Come on, try the question. So in case you need more time to answer the question, you can take a pause and take your time. I'm going to show the next question on screen. See the question number 45. Block rests on the smooth inclined surface of a wedge which moves towards right with an acceleration of magnitude A0 as shown in the figure. Pick up the wrong statement. The acceleration of the block with respect to the wedge is. There are 4 options here. First option G sin theta minus A0 cos theta down the inclined surface if A0 is less than G tan theta. Second option A0 cos theta minus G sin theta up the inclined surface if A0 is more than G tan theta. Third option 0 if A0 equal to G tan theta. Fourth option equal to G. You have to pick up the wrong statement here in this question. That means out of 4 statements, 3 statements are correct. Only 1 statement is wrong, which you have to pick it up. Come on, try this question. So you may need, in case more time, you can take a pause and take your own time. I'm going to show the next question on screen. See the question number 46. 10 identical coins, each of mass m, are put on top of each other on a horizontal floor. Magnitude of force exerted on the 8th coin by the 7th coin, counted from the bottom, is. There are 4 options you can observe. The first option 7 mg, second option 8 mg, third option 3 mg, fourth option 2 mg. Come on, try this question. So you see the, in case you need more time, you can take a pause and take your time. I'm going to show the next question on the screen. See the question number 47. Two weights W1 and W2 are connected by a light string, which pass over a smooth and light pulley, which is moved vertically upward with an accelerator of magnitude equal to g. The magnitude of the tension the strings connecting the two weights is. Come on, try the question. This question was given one of the previous entrance examination in JIPMER. I mean JIPMER entrance examination. Definitely you need some time to answer this question. You can take a pause and take your own time to answer the question. I'm going to show the next question on screen. See the question number 48. Block rests on the smooth inclined surface of a wedge. The wedge is moved towards left with an acceleration A, as shown in the figure. The block falls freely if. There are 4 options shown on screen. First option A less than g cot theta. Second option A greater than or equal to g cot theta. Third option A equal to g tan theta. Fourth option A equal to g sin theta. Come on, try this question. So in case you need more time to answer the question, you can take a pause and take your time. I am going to show you the next question on screen. I'm sorry, I will be not be showing the questions now. I will be showing you the answers for these questions from 33 to 48, so that you can check up all your answers. In case you are not getting the answer for some of the questions, you can go to the solutions which I will be discussing next. After going through solutions, you can again better come back to this assignment and again try them yourself, so that you should be able to finally solve these problems or models without looking into the help of the solutions and answers. Okay, come on, see the answers for these questions. I will read out the answer. For question number 33, third option is answer. For question number 34, second option is answer. For question number 35, first option is answer. For question number 36, third option is answer. For question number 37, fourth option is answer. For question number 38, third option is answer. For question number 39, fourth option is answer. For question number 40, first option is answer. For question number 41, fourth option is answer. For question number 42, second option is answer. Even for next two questions, 43 and 44, second option is the answer. For question number 45, fourth option is answer. For question number 46, third option is answer. For question next two questions, 47 and 48, second option is the answer. So let us consider the forces acting on each block. And that means now I'm going to discuss the solutions of the questions I have shown previously. Starting from question number 33. So in the question number 33, the system is in equilibrium. You have to find the angle theta. Now consider the force acting on each block. For the block A, its weight mg acts vertically downwards. The tension force by the string on the block A, which is connected to the block A, acts along the string and away from the block A. Coming to the block B here, two forces act on the block B, its weight mg acts vertically downwards. The tension force by the string connected to B on the block B acts along the string and away from the block B. Here T2 is the magnitude of tension in the string connected to B, and T1 is the magnitude of tension in the string connected to A. The two blocks A and B are in equilibrium here. So net force on each block is 0. So net force on the block A, magnitude of the net force on the block A in the upward direction. Can write T1 minus mg. That is 0 because it is at rest. So magnitude of the tension T1 connected to the block A equal mg. Magnitude of net force on block B in the upward direction. You can write T2 minus mg. When the block B is also at rest, so net force of block B is 0. So magnitude of tension T2 is also equal to mg. Therefore T2 and T1 both are equal. Each equal to mg. Coming to the block C here, there will be two tensile forces acting on the block C. One tension for T1, which acts along the string and away from the block C. T1 tension force exerts on the block C by the first string connected to the block A and C. Another tension force acts on the block C exerted by the second string connected to the block B. T2 is the magnitude of tension force exerted by second string on the block C here. The tension force exerted on the block C by the second string acts along the second string and away from C. Magnitude of tension, the string will be same at both the ends of a particular string when the mass of string is negligible compared to the mass of blocks. Can resolve the tensile forces into components here. So here T1 and T2 are equal in magnitude. Therefore, these two tensile forces have same magnitude. Net force of block C must be 0, so resultant force in the horizontal direction should be 0 and resultant force in the vertical direction should be 0. So T1 and T2 are equal, so horizontal components must be same. If you call this angle as theta 1, this angle as theta 2. So on the block C here, in the horizontal direction, resultant force in the horizontal direction. If you choose the horizontal direction as the x-axis towards right side, you can resolve each tensile force into components. So T1 cos theta 1 acts upwards, T1 sin theta 1 acts towards right side for the block C. Similarly, if you resolve the other tensile force also into components, T2 cos theta 2 acts upwards, T2 sin theta 2 acts towards left side on C. Weight of the block C, we can write mass of C into G. It acts downwards. This is a free body diagram for C. So net force on the block C in the horizontal direction, T1 sin theta 1 minus T2 sin theta 2. That should be 0 when it is in equilibrium. So T1 sin theta 1 equal to T2 sin theta 2. Already we concluded that T2 and T1 are equal, each equal to mg. So T1 and T2 are equal, you can cancel. So sin theta 1 equals sin theta 2 because the angles lie within 90 degrees here. Theta 2 should be same as theta 1, which is denoted by theta. The net force in the vertical direction on the block C is equal to T1 cos theta 1 plus T2 cos theta 2 minus mg, mass of C, weight of the block C. That should be 0. So you can write T1 equal to mg in magnitude, theta 1 equal to theta. T2 is also equal to mg in magnitude, theta 2 equal to theta. Is equal to mass of C into G. So 2 mg cos theta. Theta 1, theta 2 both are equal. Each is denoted by theta. Mass of C is given to root 2m. So you get cos theta equal to root 2 mg by 2 mg. Or 1 by root 2. So cos theta 1 by root 2 will get theta equal to 45 degrees. So that's the answer. If you want to copy down the solution of the problem, you can take a pause and copy down the solution of the problem. So for question number 33, third option is the answer. See the next question 34. What is the tension T2 in the system in equilibrium? So when the system is in equilibrium, in a block of mass M suspended by string, vertical string is in equilibrium, respect laboratory frame of reference. The magnitude of tension force by the string on the block must be equal to the weight mg of the block. So to find, suppose I would like to discuss how to find the three tensions. To find T1, you can consider all the three blocks which have masses. This you call M1, this is M2, suppose M3. All the three blocks as one system. And you consider the three blocks and these two strings, second and third strings, as one system. Then tree body diagram for system of the three blocks of masses, system of three blocks and the two strings between the blocks M1, M2 and M2 and M3. These two strings as one system. Then this will be the free body diagram. That means when we consider M1, the three blocks with masses M1, M2, M3 and these two strings, but two strings as one system, all the five. Then T2 and T3 should be treated as internal forces, which need not be taken into consideration when you apply into the second law for system. So resultant force system of all the three blocks in the upward direction. T1 minus M1 plus M2 plus M3 into G. That is 0. So T1 equal to M1 plus M2 into M3 into G. Here M1 plus M2 plus M3. That is 1 plus 2 plus 3 kg into G. Or 6 kg into G. Or 6 kg force. Or 6 kg weight. If you take G at 10 meter per second square, it will be 16 newtons. So similarly, to find tension T2 in the second string, you can consider the two blocks with masses M2 and M3 and the string between M2 and M3, all the three as one system. Then the free body diagram for system will be like this. T2 upwards, weight of the system of masses M2 and M3 acts downwards. If you consider the system of the two masses, if you consider two masses M2 and M3 and the string connecting between the two masses, all the three are one system. Then T3 will be an internal force. Then external force on the external force on system of T2 upwards and weight of system. So resultant force on the system of masses M2 and M3 will be T2 minus M2 plus M3 into G. That must be 0 because the system is equilibrium. So T2 equal to M2 plus M3 into G. So M2 equal to 2 kg, M3 equal to 3 kg. So that is 5 kg weight or 5 kg force. If you want to write in SI units, it will be 5 into 10, 15 newtons. If you take G as 10 newtons, be 10 meter per second square. Similarly, T3 will be 3 kg weight or 3 kg force or 30 newtons. You can also solve this problem by another method. If you can consider the force acting on each mass separately. Remember that when a block is suspended by a string, the tension force by the string on the block acts along the string away from the block. So tension force by the first string on M1 acts along the first string and away from M1. The weight of M1 acts vertically downwards. The tension force exerted on M1 by the second string acts along the second string and away from M1. I am now talking about the alternate method to answer the same question. Similarly, for the mass M2, tension force by the string on M2 acts along the string and away from M2. Here T2 is the tension force on M2 by the string, which acts along string away from M2. The mass of second string is negligible compared to the masses of the blocks. The magnitude of tension at the lower end of second string will be same as the magnitude of tension at the upper end of second string. Of course, weight of the mass M2 denoted by M2G acts downwards. The tension force on M3 by the third string acts along the the tension force on M2 by third string acts along the third string and away from M2. Similarly, the tensional force on M3 third mass by third string acts along the string and away from third mass. Of course, weight M3G third mass acts downwards. It will be better you draw these free body diagrams yourself separately more clearly on a paper, because you have more place on paper here to draw. So for the mass M1 here, three forces act on M1, T1 upwards, M1G and T2 downwards. So net force on M1, magnitude of net force on M1 in the upward direction equal to T1 minus T2 minus M1G. From Newton's second law, that will be equal to product of mass M1 and magnitude of acceleration. But that is 0 because it is at rest. This alternate method holds good even when the system of all the three masses are moving upward with some acceleration A. Coming to the mass M2. Three forces act on M2. The tension for T2 on M2 acts upwards. The tension for T3 acts downwards. Its weight M2G acts downwards. So magnitude of the net force on M2 in the upward direction, T2 minus T3 minus M2G. From Newton's second law, magnitude of this net force on M2 must be equal to product of mass M2 and magnitude of its acceleration. Let us suppose all the three, in case the three masses are moving upwards with some acceleration, we can say magnitude of acceleration will be same for all three masses. Coming to third mass M3. Only two forces act on third mass M3 in opposite direction. Tension T3 by the third string on M3 acts upwards. Its weight M3G acts downwards. So magnitude of the net force on M3 will be T3 minus M3G. From Newton's second law, that is equal to product of mass M3 and its acceleration. So you can add all the three equations. If you add all the three equations, you get this result. T1 equal to M1 plus M2 plus M3 into G. If you take acceleration as A of 0. To find T2, you can add the equations 2 and 3. If you add the equations 2 and 3, minus T3 plus T3 get cancelled on the left side. And next you substitute A equal to 0. Then you get this result. T2 equal to M2 plus M3G. You can complete the simplification by the alternate method yourself. So for question number 34, second option is the answer. See the question number 35. You are given the force time graph. As I discussed in the past, in the theory part, the area under the force time graph gives you the impulse. That means the area under the force time graph and time axis gives you the impulse. You are asked to find impulse acting on the body between the two instants of time t equal to 4 microseconds and t equal to 16 microseconds. That means you have to find the area under the graph between the 2 points B and D on the graph. So here, for the point B here, let us drop a perpendicular from point B on x-axis. Let us call it as N. Draw perpendicular from C on x-axis. Let us call it as E. Therefore, total impulse required value of impulse is equal to the impulse between the two instants t equal to 4 microseconds and t equal to 60 seconds. That will be equal to area of trapezium BCEN plus area of triangle CED. Let us find area of trapezium BCEN. In general, area of a trapezium is equal to half into sum of the parallel sides multiplied by perpendicular distance between the two sides. So area of the trapezium BCEN, half into sum of the parallel sides means NB plus EC into perpendicular distance between the two sides. That is equal to NE. Area of triangle C is equal to half into base into height. That is half into ED into C. Continue calculation on the right side. So you can write NB equal to, from the figure, 200 newtons. EC equal to 800 newtons. Into NE is O to E, NE equal to OE minus ON. OE is 6 milliseconds. ON equal to 4 microseconds. This is not milliseconds, should be corrected, it should be microseconds. The graph. The time on x-axis is microseconds. So here NE equal to 6 minus 4 or 2 microseconds. Or you can write 6 minus 4 microseconds. Microsecond means into 10 power minus 6 seconds. Plus area of triangle C equal half into base into height. Half ED. ED equal to OD minus OE. That is 16 minus 6 or 10 microseconds. CE equal to 800 newtons. This you can simplify it further. 200 plus 800, that will be 1000. 6 minus 4, 2 gets cancelled. Plus 800 by 2, 400. Microseconds. That means 5000 microseconds. 1 microsecond is 10 power minus 6 seconds. So that will be 5 in, of course, 5000 Newton, 10 power minus 6 seconds, or 5000. So into Newton should be written here. Here also Newton. So 5 into 10 power minus 3 Newton into second. That will be the answer. You make this correction here in the graph. The time is in microseconds, not in milliseconds.